Hey neighbor, welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John, and BLINK-182 have been very busy boys this holiday season. One Christmas song and two features, all dropping on the same day, December 6, 2019. Probably a big day for the Blink fandom in a way, but also a very disappointing day, I guess, in some ways for me. I mean, just too much material. Blink-182, I appreciate them being active in 2019, but it almost feels a bit like overkill. The three tracks I'm going to be breaking down, discussing, and giving my thoughts on today are XXXTentacion featuring Blink-182, It's All Fading to Black, and also P.S. I Hope You're Happy, Blink-182 and the Chainsmokers, the little collaboration from World War Joy. And of course, their Christmas single, Not Another Christmas Song by just Blink-182. Let's crack open the door by talking about the most controversial of the three, I suppose. XXXTentacion featuring Blink-182. It's All Fading to Black is lifted from his second and apparent final posthumous album. I really can't in good faith support this. You guys probably know my views on posthumous records. Unless the artist laid out a plan and said, this is what I want for my releases, this is how I want to get music to the people, and I want to make sure that the proceeds and the profits are either going to a charity, my family, or the family estate, whatever you want to call it. But X and say Juice WRLD and these other artists that have passed on, I don't feel that they really got a chance to say what they wanted to happen because they were so young, 20, 21 years old. And X in particular, it just really feels like they've been milking it. The Skins album last year was just trash, total garbage. It felt like literally these little tiny ideas and snippets that he had just stretched out to entire songs. And what I heard from Bad Vibes Forever, it does feel a bit better. This track in particular is probably one of the better songs from the album, but then again, how much is that really saying? At the end of the day, the Blink-182 feature, it's fine. I'm sure that X would have appreciated it if he could have been here to appreciate it, but he's not. And that's the thing that just makes it feel dirty to me. I mean, it's got a nice lifting guitar that kind of is like a parasail slowly lifting, and then you're like, all right, it finally got there. I mean, X's part is solid. I do feel like this is probably definitely one of his final song ideas that he had. He was kind of adjusting to life, trying to be a better person, and there were definitely a lot of stains that he left behind in some ways, but also I can acknowledge that he was trying, at least, to put something better into the world, and I know his fans got a lot from it, but I still just overall feel dirty listening to it. This is fine. I mean, I guess it's okay. It's definitely not as bad as this Chainsmokers collab that we're about to talk about. I'll give this one, It's All Fading to Black, a 2.5. Mark sounds pretty solid on this one. He definitely fits with the mood of the track. The drums are fine. Again, it's nothing stellar, but I guess it didn't need to be. I mean, it's the closing track from X's final album, so maybe it could have been a little bit more grand of a statement, but then again, I don't really care that much either way. 2.5. Oh joy, oh rapture, oh World War joy, I guess I should say. Blink-182 and the Chainsmokers teamed up for P.S. I Hope You're Happy. This got teased for like a year before it finally dropped. It was just so annoying. I don't like the way that the Chainsmokers have been rolling out their records. I thought it was interesting at first, but they're dropping like a song every month or so, and at the end of the year, they drop their album, which has pretty much already been released at that point. However, P.S. I Hope You're Happy was one of the songs that went unreleased. It does feature Blink-182. Apparently, both members of the Chainsmokers were huge Blink fans, and that surprises me in no ways at all. These are the people that just like listen to the singles. You could look at them and be like, yeah, they grew up in the 2000s and they listened to Blink and they didn't get any of the irony or the jokes or whatever. They were just probably the bros. And as much as I have kind of commented on the Chainsmokers improving, I also feel that some of their new songs have been pretty not good. I mean, honestly, P.S. I Hope You're Happy sounds like something that somebody would listen to if they hate pop punk and they're like, every pop punk song sounds like this, especially lyrically. And my God, this feels like something that Simple Plan would have written. I hate the lyrics. The way that this is written, it's so fucking whiny, but in a terrible way. It's just like something that feels kind of passive-aggressive in a lot of ways. It doesn't rub me the right way at all. And I guess the coolest part of the track is the drop, where the guitars are kind of fueling the whole fire there. They're kind of pushing everything forward. But it doesn't really save the entire song because that's the only point where no vocals or no horrible lyrics are just inundating and flooding our eardrums. I think that Mark even sounds really bad on this one. His lyrics, I mean, he's talking about who the fuck is Drew from home, and all of these other things. He's talking about going through a phone, and it's like, dude, you've been happily married for like 15 years. How are we gonna buy into this at all? Drew from the Chainsmokers' vocals on this track are fucking ear-piercing like nails on a chalkboard pad. I hate the way that he sounds. Honestly, between him and Mark, I don't think that there's any vocal chemistry, and it just feels off. There's something the entire time that feels off. And then Mark's part of the track, again, him singing about cheating and everything. It's just so hard to like buy into because I don't believe anything about this song. It feels like a simple planned B-side that just got crossed over with an electronic producer or DJ. And here we are at P.S. I Hope You're Happy. Even the title, the way that he sings it, it's just like, my God, I thought that we left this shit behind. But here we are, resurfacing the worst parts for the BLINK-182 feature that we got that was great on Scumbag that resurrected a good part of the 2000s. I guess to weigh out that perfection, we had to get the Chainsmokers' P.S. I Hope You're Happy. Can't stand the song overall. I'll give it a light 1.5 out of 5. Oh, and one last thing before the Christmas single, I did want to mention that this feels like it's trying way too hard to be some sort of emo, sad pop banger that's trying to relate to way too many people, but also no one at the same time. And it also kind of feels like it's borrowing way too much from some of the untitled hits, like off of that album from Blink, like I Miss You, and especially, I've seen people talk about that one, but even more than that to me, Feeling This. Fa-la-la-la, fa-la-la-la. Well, better than na-na-na. At least it's somewhat self-aware. The final song that I'm talking about today is Not Another Christmas Song, the holiday single by BLINK-182. This track just kind of dropped out of nowhere. I mean, a little bit of teasing, sure. We got a little music video that goes along with it. It's kind of fun. This is definitely the best out of the three that we're talking about today because it feels like kind of a return to form after some of that bullshit that we got dragged through. I mean, 9 was really, really good. It's on my albums of the year list. I loved it overall. It really shocked me as somebody who thought he would not like that album at all. But this feels a little bit grittier. Obviously, we get the kind of traditional, very predictable bells and everything, and the fa-la-las instead of the na-na-nas. I mean, come on. I think it was intentional. I think they were very aware about the fact that fans are like, oh, there's too many na-na-nas, and now Matt Skiba is singing fa-la-la-la. It made me laugh in a way. But also, I do feel that Matt is very underutilized on this track. I mean, he's essentially just repeating back some of the phrases that Mark Hoppus is singing. And the drumming on this track, it's nothing stellar. It's nothing that kind of outshines some of the stuff that obviously you would expect better from Travis Barker. I do feel that the guitars are a nice driving force, and also Another Year Not in a Coffin. That was a great one-liner in the chorus of this song. Very relatable. We're there, almost to the end of the year. We're not dead yet. Pressing on. So yeah, I think that this is definitely the best of the three that I'm talking about today. It serves its purpose for the holidays, but again, it's not meant to be listened to year-round. I'm sure a couple of crazy fans probably will be spinning this in June, July, for Christmas in July perhaps. And overall, I'll rate this one 3.5. And Mark also, I miss fucking in the rain. That line really stood out to me. Like, what is this, The Notebook or some shit? Mark, who were you trying to be? On P.S. I Hope You're Happy, you're talking about going through a phone, and now you miss fucking in the rain? You are not Ryan Gosling. Thank you so much to everyone in the neighborhood who tuned in and watched my thoughts on the new BLINK-182 songs. If you're not yet a part of the neighborhood, become a neighbor today by subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to drop a like on this video while you're here. And if you have requests for other videos you'd like to see me do in the near future, then let me know in the comments section. Check out another BLINK-182 themed video by tapping right over here, or you can see another recent year-end list video that I put up on this channel by tapping this card here. All of my social media accounts can be found in the description, although I'm most active on Instagram, so go follow me over there at ARTV John. If you do want to support the channel on Patreon, that it's the top link down below, and I will see you soon for more right here on Beyond ARTV.